How to make a man think of you constantly. If only you could force him to think of you always, wouldn't that be amazing? Most women fantasize about it in private. We so consume the idea of our man that he is unable to stop thinking about us for longer than a few minutes. It's romantic, even though it's a little unrealistic. Everybody has responsibilities in life, so they can't ponder about their spouse all day long. Discover 7 powerful strategies to make someone think of you endlessly. Launch the captivating charm that will make him want your affection and yearn for your presence by watching now. You can make him love you so much that it would be intolerable for him to be apart from you. If you carefully follow the 7 stages in this video, he will be so consumed by thoughts of you that he won't be able to focus on anything else. That means you can wave goodbye to any concerns about whether he is thinking of you. Because, in all likelihood, he is, and you will know it for sure. It's important to comprehend the psychology of why we miss someone. Human beings are social creatures who seek deep relationships with others, such as family and friends. Most people feel lonely when they don't get the closeness, friendship, or long-term relationships they desire. You can establish a lasting relationship and incessantly come to mind by becoming a permanent presence in their thoughts and feelings. When we find ourselves missing someone, it's because the absence of their presence becomes achingly palpable. It's as if a piece of ourselves is missing, manifesting as a dull ache in our stomachs or a heavy weight on our hearts. However, our intention is never to inflict physical pain on the ones we love. Instead, our goal is to show them that the emptiness of not being with us is far more agonizing than the solitude of being single. We strive for them to yearn for the depth and security of a committed relationship with you. When does a man begin to miss you? According to the majority of specialists, it usually takes a guy 8 weeks to begin experiencing the pain of missing someone. This timing makes it logical, since many guys experience a brief period of liberation after a breakup. Nevertheless, this sense of freedom is often short-lived. A man starts to long for your presence when he senses that you are getting harder to find. At its foundation, male psychology is attraction, and desire is fueled by scarcity. To put it simply, a man's feelings for you fluctuate according to how easily he can get to you. He will work even harder if he feels that it will be difficult to win your undivided love and attention. On the other hand, if he thinks you're always around, there won't be any challenge, which will make him lose interest. A man usually derives his satisfaction from pursuing women. Although it may cause debate, in the end, it is accurate. When a woman sets a high standard and demands work and commitment from her possible spouse, it creates a strong desire for him to succeed. This desire gets so strong that he devotes all of his attention to the task of winning her over. He becomes obsessed with the challenge. So, when does a man truly begin to yearn for you? It's when thoughts of you consume his mind, driving him to strive to become your top priority. So the question remains, how do you evoke such intense longing within him? The secret lies in these 7 tried and true tactics. The key question is this: you're not just trying to make him miss you, is that right? You want him to intensify his search for you and pursue you as if you were the only woman in the world. I know this sounds a little dramatic, but there are occasions when unusual events necessitate taking risky measures. As such, These strategies are intended to arouse his desire to commit to you, strengthen the bond between them, and arouse his longing for you. This works especially well if you want to get back together with your ex. 1. Stop initiating contact. This is the first and most important stage in making a man crave your presence. Women tend to want to be in charge of things, especially when a man seems detached and doesn't communicate regularly. Our first instinct is to get in touch with him, making up seemingly good excuses to do so, like asking for help with an office assignment, or sharing a meme on Instagram that makes you think of him. However, it's time to break that habit. Let's face it, one of the most effective ways to get him interested is to give him time to miss you. But this is only possible if you haven't heard from him for a considerable period of time. You keep trying to make contact. Therefore, you're preventing him from feeling that need. Additionally, he gets used to your frequent check-ins, which lessens his motivation to get in touch with you. Take up a new hobby, go shopping, sign up for a dance class, or schedule a weekend getaway to help you refocus. Eventually, he'll notice the changes, miss you, and come after you with all of his might again. 2. Become your own best friend. Ladies, let's talk about attraction. Women naturally gravitate toward those who are living vibrant lives because they want to experience their delight. Nobody swoons over a guy spending endless hours in a basement playing video games. In a similar vein, no man is attracted to a lady who waits around for his messages all day. Therefore, if your goal is to make him long for you, begin by developing a close friendship with yourself. Participate in the things you've talked about, even if he isn't present. Make him feel as though he is being left out of the picture. Give up waiting for his call and begin living each day to the fullest, whether he's your ex or someone you just met. The best approach to making him miss you is to show him that your world doesn't revolve around him. He'll have to keep up if he wants to be part of it. 3. Make your life mysterious. Infuse your life with mystery to leave him captivated and curious. Step back from the spotlight, allowing the allure of the unknown to draw him in. If there's one valuable lesson we can learn from men, it's their adeptness at selective disclosure of information. It's a useful strategy, even within the confines of a loving relationship. As such, to awaken his desires is to disappear completely from his consciousness. You want him to be captivated by what you're doing and annoyed at his lack of understanding without getting in touch with you. Therefore, if you're used to receiving updates from him on Instagram often, you might want to take a break or temporarily block him. Keep your life a mystery so that he can't help but imagine your adventures, and maybe even consider the idea that you're having fun with someone else. You must refrain from sharing every detail of your life on social media, particularly if you haven't spoken to him directly in a long time. Remember, that guys lose interest in you when they believe they already know everything about you. They might assume they've conquered you, which dampens their enthusiasm. So, trust me when I say that a touch of mystery can work wonders. Keep him captivated by remaining a woman of surprises, passions, and endless fun. This not only stirs up his longing, but also reignites his desire to see you once more. 4. Leave a lasting impression. Make your presence unforgettable when you're with him. Men tend to remember women in two categories: those who broke their hearts and those who brought joy to their lives. Aim to be the latter. To make him yearn for you, leave a lasting impression every time you're together. You want him to smile at the thought of you. The best way to achieve this is by having a delightful presence. Be upbeat and engaged during your interactions. Cultivate your own happiness so you have plenty to share when you're together. After all, nobody enjoys the company of a perpetual pessimist. We miss only the good things in people. By becoming his source of joy and leaving him wanting more, you ensure that he longs for you when you're apart. 5. Let him live his life. At first glance, this may seem counterintuitive. Naturally, you'd prefer him to miss you rather than thrive without you. How dare he, right? But hear me out. The psychology behind making a guy miss you is a bit peculiar. For him to desire more time with you, he must first grow weary of the time spent apart. Oddly enough, giving him space to miss you increases his inclination to fall in love, instead of clinging to him like a parasite. Encourage him to embrace his own life and interests, refraining from constant check-ins while he's engaged elsewhere. The more freedom he experiences in the relationship, the more he'll yearn for your connection, trust, and spontaneity when you're apart. The goal is to provide him with enough independence that he eagerly chooses to spend his spare moments with you. Keep in mind that the ultimate objective is to persuade him to commit. Therefore, you must show him that being with you isn't restrictive, but rather an enhancement to his single life. 6. Stop giving a damn. The crucial strategy to evoke a man's longing and commitment is to refrain from chasing him. It's the delicate balance of nonchalance that captures his attention and motivates his effort. Focus on detachment and relaxation instead of why, how, and when he will answer your messages. Try to distract yourself from him as much as you can by engaging in personal activities. Include mindfulness exercises in your daily routine to help you maintain your composure when memories of him come up. Engaging in activities such as coloring, journaling, and meditation can be useful in controlling emotions and averting rash decisions, like reaching out to him when you're feeling vulnerable. By engaging in these practices, you confront and healthily release your emotions, rather than allowing them to consume you. Avoid expressing your longing or concerns about his interest directly to him, as this may inadvertently pressure him and cause him to withdraw further. Instead, maintain an aura of self-assurance and independence, drawing him closer through your confident demeanor. 7. Be genuine and compassionate. Navigating the complexities of dating often revolves around mastering the delicate balance between assertiveness and receptiveness, a skill every woman must cultivate for success. Traditionally, behaviors like initiating contact, planning, and exerting control align with masculine energy, while qualities such as listening, accepting, and surrendering are associated with femininity. Fortunately, it's possible to cultivate a more feminine demeanor through practice and self-awareness. It's natural to feel the urge to retaliate against a man who reappears after making you wait. But reacting with anger or offense suggests dependence rather than self-improvement. Instead, the most effective approach when a man seeks closeness again is to remain open and receptive. This not only prompts him to reflect on his actions, but also facilitates the development of deeper feelings. By demonstrating that you are a source of comfort and understanding, you create an environment conducive to emotional connection. However, it's essential to maintain boundaries and self-respect. Reconnecting with a man who has previously ghosted or neglected you for an extended period of time may not be advisable. Similarly, there's no need to blame or humiliate him if he returns seeking reconciliation. If you find yourself tempted to react impulsively, focus instead on removing yourself from the situation with dignity and integrity. I'm glad you watched until the ending part, and I hope these pointers are helpful to you. If you think anyone should view it, please do so by sharing it with them. And feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section. For knowledge to grow, it must be shared. Until next time. Thanks for watching.